changing the.
Hey everybody, it's Mary and Mr. Shay. You're this way for me. And of course, it wouldn't be a Mary and Mr. Shay show unless we were a couple minutes late. But we're only 2 minutes late, so I don't think that counts.
It was Mary's fault.
I'll take it. It wasn't. I'm a Capricorn moon, so.
I love that. Yeah, it's Mary's fault. I'll take it. It wasn't my fault.
Hey everybody for showing up. Hey Laura and Viviani and Jenny and
Hey, Laura.
Soul. We had some special stuff we wanted to talk about, but before we get too into the serious of what our messages have been guiding us into, we were just talking a little bit about what we've got going on. Do you want to talk about what you've got coming up or going on, or is it all a big secret?
Oh, I don't know. So we were talking about all the retreats that we have planned, and so I am doing a retreat similar to the one that I did last year down in San Diego mountain area around near Julian, and this is going to be up in near Lake Tahoe, and so I'm not doing it, but my friend Susan Allen is, and so if anybody is interested in doing a retreat in September, very small, I think like 10 people are going to be there, then send me an email and I'll get you in touch with her.
What if I sent you an email? What if I crashed the entire retreat?
You could do that.
I'm going to crash it.
Yeah, you could do that.
I'm making a note to myself.
Crash.
Danny's retreat.
See, and it's not mine. So
Danny's friends retreat.
And what do you have going on? Can you beat that? Can you beat that retreat?
I don't want to beat your retreat. I want to come to your retreat.
All right.
We're friends. We're gal pals.
Gal pals.
Only girls today, apparently. Daddy had a very strong message. Only girls today.
Yeah, I did. Okay, but continue. What do you have going on?
As far as shows go, which I know that wasn't your question, we do have the Healing Temple the last Friday of every month.
But that wasn't my question.
That wasn't your question, but I have to lead up. Okay, I'm a lead up kind of gal.
I understand.
And we have all of our Sunday teachings and Thursday readings. And our next 3 retreats are planned, are in the works. Event pages are being built, and they are not being released yet.
What about the place that you were telling me?
Nobody knows where that is yet. We're not releasing that yet.
So if you all send me an email, I'll tell you where that retreat is going to be. It's very cool. It was like, I was really excited because I'm going to crash that one, maybe.
And that's only one place of 3. I didn't tell you where the other 2 are going to be.
Where are the other 2 going to be?
Oh, that's such a good try. Boop, you're adorable. One of them will be by private invite only because it's for a specific group of people. So it's by invite only up until a point. You know, we're going to give this certain group of people a chance to come in. This one is more for like medicine wheel students, people who have received the rights of the Moon Key, full MESA carriers. So because it's such a specific niche, we're letting them fill the spots first before we open it to the public. But the other one will be open to anybody, and that one is actually coming up first. So you guys should receive those details in the next month or so.
Cool.
Before we move in. And we're excited about all of 2027 and the one we've got planned for 2028. We're excited about that one, but I can't release details.
Wow. I can't even plan the next week, and you're already in 2028.
Yet it's my fault we were 2 minutes late. Saying, guys, I feel like
Exactly.
the writing's on the
Exactly.
wall.
Just saying.
Well, what was your word for today? Because Danny he gets on here and he's naming what we're going to talk about. And interestingly, I had ended up with the same word the day before, but in a different way. Mine's more marified.
Yeah. So, yours is more what?
Marified with
Mary,
a hyphen. Yeah.
like marinated fied?
I'll
Okay.
put it in the chat because I made it up.
Okay.
Marified.
Because that's interesting because when you marinate certain things, and the card that I got today was ripeness. And so I was going to ask Mary, I go, how do you know, Mary, when you're ripe?
I don't think that's what he said, actually.
No, but I was going to ask that. And it, because, okay, getting into the non silliness of it all, there are times when, and we're all, I think a huge chunk of us are feeling it's time to let go of the tree. It's time to be who we are meant to be, which is a fruit. And it could be on the ground, it could be in a mixture of things, it could be all sorts of things. But it's time to let go of the security of the tree, and we're becoming ripe.
What I like about letting go of the security of the tree is that it should actually feel like a release. It should feel
Yeah.
like a relief. When Danny told me he wanted to talk about being ripe, of course, there was a big joke about that. But then, and that's exactly how he said it. Let's talk about being ripe. Um, Yesterday, I had actually done a recording for my dignitary members that's going to come out in August called The Juicy Time. And it's all about being ripe. It's about the first harvest. And that it just feels like that's the time that we're in right now, is where we're beginning to see the physical, tangible results of everything that we've been working towards throughout this year, or at least in spring. And now that everything's ripening, it's like full to bursting, and there's nothing left to do except pick it off, let the release happen, remove ourselves from the tree, and that relief
Yeah.
happens because we quit filling.
Yeah. I know. And you know what? I just, I mean, it's been really palpable since we're talking about ripe fruit, but it's been really palpable lately of I think that of this shift that we went through, and it feels like there's this new shift. Like I know you had talked about timeline shifts before. It feels like that again to me, that we're in this space that it's just gonna we're gonna find ourselves somewhere totally different soon, and that's where we drop into. And it may be a little scary because you think of, I'm letting go of the tree, I'm letting go of what I thought I knew, the branches, the security. Someone's going to grab me off of there. I don't think anybody is going to grab. I think we have to just fall, but that's just me. And be in space, and then we land where we land. And it depends on what we've set up with intentions as to where we are going to land. I've got a big pillow underneath my tree so it doesn't hurt.
I like your analogy. Hey guys, if you put in all caps your questions here in the chat, we are going to be doing some readings here in a little bit. So we can pull some cards for you guys. Just put your questions in all caps, something you want us to read. Non-political questions, please.
And if somebody doesn't get called, it's Mary's fault because she's running the show. Ah, did I say something wrong again? Dang it. I do that all the time. These.
So, where I'm going with this, I feel
Mm,
like I feel like the two of us were on we're on this yin yang spectrum about the ripe fruit right now, because I love your perspective of watching the fruit fall and being the one to let go and landing within the timeline and trajectory of what you've been intending. And then on the other end of that, I'm kind of with the feminine womb flow of it, which is the fruit is ready, now let's ingest it, because we have to claim our rewards. If this is the abundance made manifest, what do we do with it? Just let it sit there and rot, go
mm,
back to the earth? Or do we ingest it? Do we claim our rewards? Do we take it in? I feel like that's the next step. You let go, you land where you land, you claim your rewards. And even further than that is the reciprocity of balance and right relationship with the earth. Because in
yeah,
everything that you ingest and everything that you receive, there's something to give back. In fruit, you always leave behind the seed. You don't eat the seed, that goes back to the earth.
right.
Everything that you eat has crumbs, and that can go back to the earth. So it's about
Even if, yes, yes, yes. But even if the fruit drops and rots on the earth, it's still going back to the earth and it's still doing something like that. When you mentioned the juicing of the fruit, I thought, what I thought is the combination of all the fruits, community coming together and blending together. So I like that image a lot of we're individual, but we are all blending together, coming into, I mean, you talk about the womb, that's your thing.
look, what did your card say?
What did my card say?
Yeah, what deck is that? What deck did you?
Oh,
Mm, mm.
so Mary said, let's find two decks that we're not that familiar with and one that we are. And I said, well, I've got one on my desk that is, let me see if I can pull out the card. Yeah, I did. That that we could use. And so the deck that I use, it's a female deck. And I go, oh yeah, it's all female cards. I didn't know it, but and that's kind of what she did. And the lovers card I got, two females. And I go, well, there it is.
And guys, when he told me this story, it was much funnier. He said, I'm going through this deck and there's nothing but girls in these cards. And then I pull a card called the Lovers and I look at it and it's two naked females. Where's the man? And so I decided to pull my Isis deck and we decided it was the girls club today. Lesbians don't need no man.
I guess not.
But you don't need a womb in order to manifest and create and then reap the reward, the manifestations, the abundance of that. But I feel like it's because we're coming across this holiday that happens in August.
What is that?
You know, I don't want to butcher it, but I do follow the Celtic holidays, but I pronounce it Lugnastad. But I don't know. Other people might know better. But this is just my little bard booklet that I follow for this particular ceremony and ritual. But it's in August because it's the first harvest. It's I mean, it doesn't say specifically, but my interpretation is it's about the juicy time.
Yeah.
That first
Yeah.
harvest. But there's something more, I think, to your letting go, to the release, because that's a buildup. You know, you kind of have to build yourself up to deciding when it's time to let go, to knowing when you're juicy enough to bounce at the bottom of the tree.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. We have a fig tree and all the figs are falling off of it. They're all releasing and they're not ripe. It's like, why are you letting go? So I was thinking about that this morning too, with the dropping and can sometimes do we let go too soon?
My honest opinion?
Yes.
No.
I mean, you can lie if you want.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yes, you can let go too soon.
So when we let go too soon, which is not too soon, it's at the right time. Talk me through this.
That was my answer. It's
I'm
never too.
unripe on the ground, and will I ever get juicy?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know where you're going with this, Danny, but we're
I
gonna roll
don't
with
need, I don't need what the thing is, you said there if when the fruit is ripe, it'll drop. So when our intentions, when we're starting to manifest things, when it's time for us to move, then we will. But what if we move too soon? Is that, I don't know. I mean, how does that affect our path? Is that even a question? Should we even be focusing on that?
it. It feels like something you wanted to. So here's my thoughts. Okay. So it's always the right time. We just don't always know it yet because everybody has a different role. So I personally think that your figs probably aren't just falling off on their own. There's probably some squirrel or bird coming in there trying to get them and they're being knocked off, I think. But that aside, if it's close to being ripe and you pick something and set it on your counter, it does ripen. It ripens of its own ability. If it's just completely unripe, what's going to happen? We go back to what you said earlier. Maybe it doesn't get claimed and eaten and ingested, but maybe it just goes back into the earth to.
It's the Mother Earth. There we go. Thank you.
So there's always something about the right relation, the balance, but then the question becomes, what is the role of that particular fruit, of that specific
Yes.
fruit? Is the role of that specific fruit to be eaten by a human, by a bird, by a squirrel, or to spread seed? That's more the question. I feel like that's where it's being honed in there. What
And
is.
that's, yeah, and I like that image because, I mean, this is all metaphors to us finding the ripeness. Because some of us go, I'm not getting it. I'm not falling. I'm not feeling any service call or anything. And so if it is not meant to be now, it's meant for future germinations or going back to the earth in right relationship for something new to sprout. Okay, it was
So
just a tangent.
what does right relationship mean to you?
Being in balance with everything that I come in contact with. So if, and not that that's successful all the time, but to be aware that there is a connection with everything around me.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Well, I'll tell you what I know it to be within myself, and then I'll tell you what I want to say. This. What I know it to be within myself is always having a heart of service and give back. It's a relationship. It's just knowing that we don't ever take anything. It's always about a relationship.
Right.
So that's why it's called right relation. So anything that we're given, we use for the benefit of ourselves and others. Anything that we have, we are of
Mm-hmm.
service through. Now, what I wanted to say was it's about being balanced in our masculine and feminine forces. And right now, we're being called into our feminine at this particular time for whatever reason. Maybe because it's about abundance. Maybe it's because it's manifestation. Maybe it's ripeness, like being pregnant and you ready to have that baby, Danny. You ready to have
Birthing.
birth? Yes.
And the fact that it's all about the divine feminine because we have two decks on our desk that are female decks.
I've already pulled all the cards. Like, I haven't looked at them yet. I'll be intuitively guided, but I've just been sitting here like this one, this one, this one.
How
I'm
many
ready.
how many did you pull?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'm feeling like there's more. Like I feel my energy rising because I'm ready to channel something. Somebody posted a question that the spirits are ready to bring.
Okay. Wow. I wish I had a question.
Here's a question. Hello, Laura. Thank you for trusting us with your trauma today.
Any advice for stopping nightmares about being victimized by my things stolen, yard invaded, and tore up? Ay, 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 ay.
There's a lot. We understand nightmares come from stress and having to take out the garbage. You know what? This is the deck I'm not familiar with. So I don't know why I was guided to suddenly 2 cards out of this one particular deck. But I'm just going to use my intuition because it's all the feminine natures coming out, right? So I pulled 1 card, and when I looked down, 2 happened to be face up. So I'm going to give you 2. This is the first one, okay? Pathmaker and guide. And look at that woman. She's very feminine here. She has her crown. She's got the moon. It's nighttime. Even the deer is a young baby. It has the white spots. It doesn't have the horns, the antlers that would make it masculine. So this is a very feminine thing, but there's so much magic here. What's coming to me about this is call on the energy that you know you have and give that shit back. Push that away from you because you have the power inside of yourself to take control of this situation and to just, you have that power. You can manifest this. The second card that was just happened to be laying face up is reclaiming the feminine. Reclaiming the feminine. Now look what they're doing. They have spindles of thread and they are weaving something into the cosmos. Now, there's also 3 of them. So you have that mind, body, soul, trinity, or whatever you want to put there. I don't want to say spell work, but this is telling you you have the power. All you have to do is weave it into existence. All you have to do is speak it into existence, and things are going to start changing for you. Data.
Great. Yeah. So I pulled using my feminine deck. Hey, there's a guy here.
Gasp.
Get out. What are you doing in here? So the 3 cards that fell out was the Hanged Man. And I went, okay, pause, take a time out, or look at things from another point of view. You have the 6 of Wands, which is normally writing in as a winner type thing, but I didn't know that that was a guy. And I'm going, hey, is that him or something? And then I got the Star card. And I'm going, what do these cards mean with her stopping her nightmares from her crazy ass neighbor? Mm-hmm. And I immediately got this impression that you need to look at it from a different point of view. Maybe he's, maybe there's something that's making him a crazy ass neighbor that is I don't know. Maybe just take a look at it from a different point of view. And then I said, okay, let me intentionally pull some cards because those fell out. The 2 cards I pulled out aligned with what Mary said. I got the Fool card, which is going on a new journey, and the strength card. So to me, this is like when you go on a new journey, even though you may be walking off a cliff, you do have the intention of going out on this journey. So you set the intention to go and tapping into your strength, knowing how strong you are. So it feels to me that, I mean, how you stop nightmares is surrounding yourself in protection, your own inner strength, before you go to bed. I think I don't suffer from nightmares that much, but when they do come up, that's what I do is I wrap myself up in a protective cocoon. And you're super strong. I mean, you got the Star of Hope, you got the Strength card, so definitely something you can handle.
Thank you, Laura, for letting us read that for you.
Thank you.
Quick question, Danny. So, of your deck that was all women, was the one male in the deck the Hanged Man?
No, that was this. I don't know. Maybe I'll find more males in here, but that was the Six of Wands. Was
Okay.
male.
So the Hangman came from a different deck?
No, it's the same
Like,
deck.
you got the one male.
It was just one male, and I don't know.
Just a thought, just a question.
Oh, I'm finding other males in this deck, so never mind. I was wrong. It's mainly female.
You weren't wrong. You were just guided into a divine feminine direction for
Yes.
today's group.
Yes, and it could be, a bearded woman.
I hear that's a thing.
I don't know. No judgment at all.
They're really sexy.
Yeah.
They have both worlds, Pharaoh, I'm sorry we were winking all over your message.
Yeah.
Message from your guide.
Vera. Oh, okay. Vera, you get the deck I'm used to use. Okay. You're going to get 2 cards. One that I'm familiar with and one that I'm not.
Ooh.
Vera, message from my guides. Message.
There's a lot of energy here. I'm curious what this is. Okay, so the first card that came out was out of the Isis deck, and that's the Soul Retrieval card. And of course, soul retrieval is when you've been through trauma or have lost a piece of your inherent power, being able to go back and claim that part of your soul, to claim that power, to claim your gifts and bring it back in, just like what we're talking about with ingesting what you've been trying to create. And then I was guided to pull, to grab a completely different deck. And I pulled the Ash Tree. And before I even looked at this card, I felt like the shivering of power coming off of it. So when it comes to your soul retrieval, now the Ash Tree is kind of like the yin and the yang, as above, so below, the microcosm, the macrocosm. But I was guided to this one line in particular of the guidebook that says, seek communication with your higher self and stop. Like, that was the one part out of this whole book. Seek communication with your higher self. Then there was also this part about if you have grief in your community, you can process that for others or help with that. But this is just these 2 cards are very, very powerful. So if you are in some sort of spiritual training where you will eventually learn soul retrieval, that's going to be a very, very powerful time for you. Otherwise, it's telling you to seek communication with your higher self and know what power and gifts are just waiting for you to claim them and say, oh, yes, I see you. You're mine. Come here, because they're there.
They're there. Yeah. Absolutely. the White Newman deck that I pulled, I got the Queen of Arrows for you, which is the Queen of Air, Queen of Swords. Does that look like a Queen of Swords? It's a swan on a river, on a lake. And so I'm like, this is the one that I'm not that familiar with. So when I pulled this, I went, you're going through some transformational process that is that's asking you to look at flowing versus fighting. And but you look at the Queen of Swords, and it's like, don't mess with me, lawyer, blah blah blah. But this felt like so different in how you wield your power. And then I got Seven Star Sisters, and this is the Pleiades. This is telling you to buy a Subaru.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not.
No, it's not.
But that's the sign that Subaru has. They have the Seven Sisters on their logo. Okay, it's all about birthing creations and being in the tapestry of life and expression. So this goes back to Mary tapping into your higher source. And if they're, with this soul retrieval card, there's something that is, I always think with soul retrieval, that being balanced, you're going to let go of something so that you can bring something in that you've lost in your soul. So,
I think you hit on something else there. So while we pulled the soul retrieval card, which is very shamanic, when you pulled the Seven Sisters, that is a very divine feminine thing that I relate to the Nusta rites.
to the what?
The Nusta rites, which in the shamanic training is the feminine rites.
Okay.
So keep up with that training. Do some advanced level stuff. There's some Nustas in there for you too. I'm sure of it. I can feel it. And it feels like that might be the ultimate calling of where you're going with this. Yeah, the Nustas actually, gosh, they're so old. It was such a long time ago. There's in Peru in the original Quechua, the Nustas were the feminine version of shamans, and there's so much more about their culture that I don't even know, so
Right.
I will try to tell you guys, but there's a lot there that's very powerful, that's very connected to the lineage, very old and magical, and just powerful. That's the word of the day, is powerful. So thanks for, do you have something else you're writing?
Yeah. I have nothing else.
Okay, thank you so much for letting us read. What are you writing about?
Oh, it was a joke. I wanted to look up and look at the Quechua.
Mm-hmm. The Nusa Carpi specifically, or just the peoples?
The new, whatever you called it.
I'll put it in the chat.
Oh, so I can spell it? Because I misspelled it for sure.
Yes, you can spell it. Yes, they are some shamanic rites there.
That's it? That's how you spell it?
Yeah.
All right.
So, Catherine, what does the rest of the year? Honestly, I'm being guided to only one card for you, and it is the sea.
Ooh. Wow.
Plumbing the depths. Now, I actually did a recording this morning where this card came out, and I did a whole 11-minute spiel about it. But for you, I want to personalize it and see what this looks like for you. For you, it looks like you are on a journey between the heart and the throat space and a little bit in the solar plexus space. So when you're talking about plumbing the depths, this is about real introspection, going within yourself, doing the deep, deep, deep work that's there to do. But it also feels like strengthening and kind of like ascending through your chakras. So that heart space, it wants to be open, it wants to connect, it wants to get rid of past hurt, but it also wants to speak its truth and be authentic. And uh, that's where you align your free will, what you want, with what your destined path is. So this to me feels like this is the year that you do enough deep work and introspection and acceptance, self-acceptance even, that you step onto your dharmic path, that you begin to understand part of your purpose. And that's when I see it kind of lighting up and coming back to the solar plexus, because the more you walk that path, the more confident you become, the stronger and more powerful you become in yourself. So I think that this is a whole life's journey in 5 months, 4 months. So have fun with that, girlfriend.
Whole life's journey in 4 months. Have fun with that.
I mean, she chose the work and it's going to be great. You know, she's going to have her destiny laid out before her. It's just going to be a lot of deep healing and introspection.
All right, then.
I hesitate to say the word shadow work because this feels less like it feels less like darkness and more just about learning yourself, which is kind of the same thing, but there's a different attitude around it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
What you got, Mr.
I
Chef?
got. I pulled. How many days left to the year? I pulled a card for each day, so it may take a while, but hang with me. So I pulled three cards: past, present, future. And the past is, because timelines, we think timelines as one, two, three, and so it's not that really. But the first card I pulled is the Hermit card, which, and I'm thinking to myself, well, you've already done the work. Second card I pulled is the Knight of Swords, and I said, this is you picking up your own truth and letting it come out. And then I got the Six of Cups. And this is remembering the past, going back to an innocence, and not letting go of the precious moments in the past that could be a memory that need to be brought back in, because the Knight of Swords is all business and is truth and slashing. So this kind of reminds me that it needs to be a little softer. It can't be all like charge, charge, charge. Be comforting with yourself, be easy on yourself. And as you're going through this incredible life in 4 months. That's
I
all.
like I like that because I think that kind of defined it feels like shadow work, but it's not dark like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because
childhood and stuff.
right, because when you said that, I got the Hermit card of like, yeah, that really resonated with me when you said not shadow work, but is shadow work, but not shadow work. Yeah.
I like that. It's just remembering parts of you that are inherent, but they are only found in those innocent places, in those
Mm-hmm.
childhood places, those light places. So
Yeah. Ooh, that's good.
thank
That's
you, Catherine.
Thank you.
Three shifting veils. Hello, darling.
I like her avatar. That's very cool. Okay. Few elementals, a few ancestors trying to communicate with me.
I almost said something highly inappropriate, so you better quit pushing me.
Me?
Yeah, you, Mr. Shay.
Just keep poking the Mary bear.
Well, you said you really liked her avatar, and I was like, that's because you like to look at the naked girls in cartoon form on your cards. But it seemed inappropriate, and I didn't mean it. So then I didn't say it, but then
Yeah, that's not inappropriate.
I said it anyways. So
Jeez. All right. It's your channel.
two, both.
Okay. A few ancestors trying to communicate with me, elementals, and well, by hearing from the being that used to visit me soon. Oh, I just heard a huge yes. I'm already having a few elementals and a few ancestors trying to communicate. Will I be hearing from the being that used to visit me soon? Hmm. Hmm.
I was guided to one card again for this one. Also, hearing a big yes, just like Danny was. The card I pulled is the Eye of Horus. This one feels like the guide that you used to hear from had to take a step back so that you could gain your spiritual abilities and more divine insight.
Yeah.
Uh, and
Yeah.
then it's going to step back in so that you can really take on that power and know without a shadow of a doubt just how protected you are, because you are divinely protected. But you have to learn how to trust your own perception before that bigger being comes back in to guide you, because we have to learn how to self-trust, knowing that guides are just that, guides.
Yes. Yeah. Whatever she said, yeah, I agree. So I'm shuffling the cards and I pull up, and the Four of Swords came into my awareness when I'm shuffling, and I go, well, that's not it. I go, what is she blocking? What is she? There's some block up there that is not letting her go forward, and I just put it back into the deck and kept shuffling, and that's what you were saying, that there was something that she had to get past and through, and so before her guide comes through. And so as I'm shuffling, I said, I need to shift to another deck. But before I did, I pulled out the Magician card.
Ooh,
So it's definitely yes. And this is a female with a beard. Just a no judgment. Um, so yes, yes, yes. New creations, and then from the wild unknown, because you had ancestors and elementals. Well, I got the wheel. So you're weaving this into being. And so
mm,
it will come, it you will start hearing from them soon. Exciting.
very exciting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for letting us read you three shifting veils
And
with
it
your
feels really, really powerful, this guide. Yeah.
which
Okay.
one?
Three shift.
The guide,
The
yeah.
guide. Yeah.
I
From
think
the being that used to visit her. So
mm-hmm.
that's interesting. The bean. What kind of bean is it? String? No, sorry. Sorry.
You're cut off.
Can you imagine me reading like late at night after like never? Yeah. Anyway, let's keep going. Penelope.
Hello, Miss P. More dreams. People are having some dreams.
Why don't I see? I chose to leave him, and yet the dream is always saying he left me for another one. Oh, oh, hmm.
going to tell you what I'm getting. And these are interesting because of these two decks. I've actually never even pulled these two cards before. The first one that I'm getting is the shape-shifting card. So what this is showing me is that there might be something, I don't want to say dark or anything like that, because keep in mind that when I'm seeing something dark, it could also be a heavy emotion, a trauma, a negative memory, things like that. It doesn't mean there's something evil. But it just feels like there's something heavy or dark that's trying to process out. But because it's still in there, in your energy field, in your subconscious mind, it's shifting energy and causing even more emotional damage, right? So you left him, but in the dream, it's shifting to try to give you betrayal wounds, not good enough wounds, things like that. So these are wounds that energy is trying to play on. The second card I got is the Power Over Scorpions card. Honey, take care of it. You know how to get rid of this energy. You have to tell it to leave, and you have to tell it with authority, sovereignty, and self-belief. And I'm just going to read this card to you. You are being initiated into the magic of conjuring as to have power to affect low vibrational forces through your own will and spoken word. You are guided to use this powerful gift with compassion and discernment, with mercy and non-judgment. You can then manage any toxicity in your life swiftly and with great effect. This is an initiation, this says, into your power to cut and purge dark energy from your life. Feels like some Egyptian stuff to me.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I think that is perfect. I loved when you said, and I think you said it with a little sass too, which I won't get to do. But honey, you know how to take care of this. So I think I'm just going to show two cards. You know how to take care of this. You have the hawk energy, and then I'm going to send you some bear energy too. Some healing energy to let this go, to let that past go, and let that darkness. It's to me what I'm hearing is, let it go in gratitude. It served you as a for some purpose, but it's not serving you anymore. So let it go fast. Let the hawk take it away, and let the bear here heal your heart.
I love the bear. I think that was a beautiful medicine to give. Bear
Yeah,
is just like so, I know that they're very vicious, but they're also just so cuddly and playful. And I don't know. I really like bear. Thanks for letting us read you, Miss P.
thank you, Miss P.
Who is Varsha,
Ashria.
first of all?
Oh, isn't that a Hindu? Well,
I'm not sure. I know that there's a psychic reader, I think, or a tarot reader named Varsha,
hmm.
but I'm not really sure who this is. But either way, I can read on the fact that you feel like this person has manipulative communication and whether or not it's good for you to continue working with this person or talking to this person. Okay. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, I thought it was a deity or something, but no, it's a person. Okay.
I'm getting two opposing messages. So I want to sit with this for just 2 seconds, if you'll let me.
Take all the time you want.
Thank you, Danny. I appreciate the support. Okay, so I'm just going to start talking and maybe it'll just channel through. So the first card I was guided to is the Grail Bearer. So this tells me that this particular person has chosen a path of giving back, a path of carrying the wisdom and the magic. And basically, when you choose to be a healer or reader for somebody else, even if you don't do that for a living, even if it's just like a personal thing, if you this person has chosen to be something sacred, to hold a sense of responsibility for the community and for other people, and to pass along gifts and wisdom. But just because you choose something doesn't mean you've done the inner work to continue to actually be something. And that's where the opposing message is coming in, because back to back, from two different decks, I pulled two negative cards. I pulled the Sorcerer and I pulled the Fool's Embrace. So what that tells me is that whatever it is that's going on, there are deep wounds involved. There could be ego involved, and it all comes from an insecurity, a deep insecurity. And what I've seen is sometimes there are people who have a very, very large gift, but they haven't necessarily done the internal work to support it. And so things can kind of spin out. So all in all, I feel like maybe this just isn't the best person for you personally to receive guidance from. She may not be a bad person. She may have a very big gift. But also whatever energies are coming up between the two of you is playing on some wound. So maybe seek someone else who you feel more compassionately heart aligned with, is my answer to that.
Yes.
And honestly, just the fact that you asked the question tells a lot.
Yes. Yeah. So, once again, Mary, I think you got this exactly right. So I'll just throw some or show some cards that confirm what Mary was saying was true. I got the five of. First off, before I go in there, the question that you asked answers a lot. So why would you either confront her on the manipulation and or trust your higher source, trust your instincts, your inner knowing, and why would you want to be around her if she's manipulating you? I got the
It's her sister-in-law.
oh
Helps it all.
okay yeah. I got the Five of Swords, abuse of power. I got the Knight of Cups. Interesting. And she could come up as really sweet and all this stuff, but she's got this abuse of power. And then I got the Two of Swords. So it is a choice that you're going to need to make. And I feel like with this particular image, it's like you've got two truths. Throw one away, it's not working for you. Hang on to one truth, and that truth is your truth. So with the sister-in-law, I would find your own truth. I'd be very cautious because she may be giving you some Knight of Cups energy, some advice, some information, but that Knight of Cups can also indicate a false knight.
There you go. You got your answer, darling.
Thank you, Garia.
Hello, Mira. What does your brother truly feel? Okay. And I'm in my runes now. I think all of things just want to come out, if I'm being honest.
This is my brother.
What I'm picking up about your brother is
Mhm.
that he does love you dearly and deeply. You have a deep soul connection. You also have past lives that might need to be cleared. I'm sensing like past life ties where there was backstabbing or betrayal. And even though that may not be so much what's happened in this life, there's still those subconscious memories and energetic vibrations around that. So when he acts distant or um, friction seems to happen between the two of you, it's almost like he's always on guard around you and one other person in your family because you guys have shared past lives together. And even though he doesn't logically know this or understand where that friction's coming from, his energy still rises up to protect him. But then on the other hand, I also see where you have past lives where you have nurtured each other and cared for each other very much. So if we can address those wounds, I don't know if he's open enough to see a healer about past lives, or even if you heal the past lives between you and him, um, that could help release some of this as well.
All right. I got interconnectedness.
Okay.
I don't know if that aligns with what you were talking about, past lives, interconnectedness, lovers. And then the Seekers of Stones. And this is interesting because it looks very barren. It looks cold. It looks like a journey in this cold, nothing around. Be careful of polar bears, but it feels like there is a journey that you guys have been on um, in the past. And so, yeah, I think that there is that love there, as Mary was saying, but it's got its past life challenges that need to be healed. And there's a journey to do that.
What was that one card like about a cold cave or something? What was that?
This one, Seeker of Stones. So this would be like the Page of Pentacles, but it's it's different. It's another new deck that doesn't really follow tarot, even though it does have tarot in the name.
I just found that one very interesting because as soon as I finished and Danny started talking, my ears started ringing loudly. And so, of course, another card came out, and it was the Dark Healing Chamber card.
Mm.
Now, what I'm getting from this is that this is two ways that while you do want to heal that past life to release this frustration and friction between
Mm-hmm.
you and your brother, you're also going to have to come to terms with the fact that you are the perpetrator in that life and that you probably did some nasty stuff. And that is, your guys just want to prepare you for that, that we've all been capable of doing bad things in the past, and that needs to be healed out as well. So self-forgiveness without self-degradation, letting
Yeah.
that go.
Yeah. And when you were talking, I just go back to the Lover's card. It's a very dark card. It's in this deck. It's, a lot of shooting stars and panthers in the dark, things that may come out and get us. But yeah, there's always a reflection card in any of that work that we do, that we have to look inside of ourselves, which is the scary stuff. Because
Yeah.
it wasn't me.
I didn't do it.
It
I'm
wasn't me.
and we were 2 minutes late.
What's that?
Nothing. How do you
Okay.
feel about
Oh,
one?
2 minutes late. Yes, it was you.
How do we feel about one last question?
Pretty good.
He feels pretty good about that, guys. Pretty
Pretty
good.
good.
Hey, Gina. What is happening for the rest of your year? Well, Danny, he says he'll pull a card for every day that's left in the year.
I will. So we might go over a couple of seconds.
Just a couple seconds, though.
Okay, what is happening now in the rest of the year? I'm going through a bunch of heavy stuff at the moment. Okay, so Gina, yes, yes, yes. There is so much transformational energy coming to the planet right now.
Mhm.
I'm jumping ahead because you mentioned my name, Mary. So I'm just going to keep rolling with this. But the Earth is going through some huge, huge changes. We're getting bombarded by solar energies, galactic energies that can't just stop at, the ethers in the unseen, but it actually is affecting us physically, earth changes and relationship changes in all of that. And so when we're dropping through, and I'm going back to ripe, when we're dropping from the tree, when we're being juiced, it's a little unsettling because either we're losing our outer skin to become juice or we're in the middle of the ethers from security of tree to the ground, and it's like it's a little unsettling. Be I'm hearing be very gentle with yourself and all the trauma um, that you think is happening, and I'm not trying to be dismissive of that, but a lot of times we make things up that it's worse than it is, but in the moment it's horrible. So just know in time that it will pass, and I am going to pull a card after Mary talks.
I feel like that was the coup de grace that tied the entire thing together. It just felt perfect. And it was interesting because I pulled a current moment and then a future card.
Ooh.
And the current moment was the shape shifting card again. Like you are transforming, changing, things are opening. And the reason that that's happening right now is to keep us from getting bogged down and going through stagnation later and getting stuck. Everything is transforming and opening. So honestly, what Danny said was just chef's kiss. The end. Let's throw all of cards into the air and just get out of here.
Well, I did pull a card, and this answers it completely, but I guess we're done. So,
You can still show the card.
no, we're done. Okay. Tina's going, hey, stop.
It's like,
So, I got the Elementor of Feathers.
ooh.
And when you just look at this card, it just seems like it's like, oh my gosh, I feel like this card is in a hurricane almost, but this is the King of Air. This is the King of Swords. So there may be some tough love that needs to come up here, but remember that it's just not so tough as steel because it's feathers that you're using to get your truth out. I think that's it.
I love that. Thank you so much, Gina, for
Hey, Gina.
letting us read you. And sorry about your tough time, girlfriend. I hope things
Yeah.
get
Oh,
better for you. So that's the last reading that we're going to do. Sheep no more. I just want you to know that one person, you did not have a past life together. You have a, what's it called? Parallel life together. So that's an ongoing thing. Sorry about that. All right. Anything you want to say, Danny? Are we just good to keep flying? Keep flying, guys.
keep flying. Pull the fork out of you. You're not stuck.
But we're going to set up a date. We'll be back maybe next month, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.